This is music, and this is a nice, refreshing splash of water. So a while ago, Ron Haggerty started this thread, show some aquatic themed albums. Maybe the cover art is aquatic themed. Maybe there's some songs about water. Maybe the album or maybe the band name. I've opted for a bunch of albums where the cover art has, bodies of water on them. So let's start with a thrash metal classic, Never Neverland by Annihilator. You have, this is quite obviously some water. Maybe it's a lake, maybe it's a fjord, who knows what it is, but it's certainly some water with some waves. So there we go. Up next, this is a fantastic traditional metal hard rock album, but there's more to it than just that. You got some progressive stuff on here too, Biscaya, and you have this muscle-bound merman or whatever riding this weird creature bursting out of a wave. Fantastic album. The next one, I've shown this a couple of times, for Victory by Bolt Thrower. You have maybe a lake, maybe a river or something like that in the background. So there you go. Up next, Nightfall by Candlemass. Again, I think it's a lake where you have this strange boat kind of sailing, and you got some angels and stuff or whatever it is, fairies, who knows. So I would say that counts. Up next, a bit cheesy, but whatever. Go Ahead, Make My Day by Convict, where you have another muscle-bound warrior emerging from the sea. So there you go. From some cheese to something that's kind of scary, Death in Action, Toxic Waste, where you have what might be some kind of bog, could be a lake, whatever. It's a body of water with some pollution in it. Great crossover thrash. So there you go. Up next, Forced Entry, Uncertain Future. You got some massive waves. You got a dude drowning. And a lot of people that I've talked to have kind of like been mystified. What's that guy doing out there in the ocean by himself? But I don't know if you can see that way up here in the background. There's a ship. So he probably fell overboard. Great thrash metal, I would say. The next one, I don't know, that might be stretching it a bit. But I went with Seventh Son of a Seventh Son by Iron Maiden. You have this icy landscape, kind of surreal. And then this looks like it's water with, parts of eddy falling into the water. You got ripples here, but at the same time, the water is also kind of frozen, so it is a bit surreal. But it's watery. Ice is water too. Up next, Sacred Reich, Surf Nicaragua. You got, I don't know what with their mascot. Actually, I don't know what he's called, but he's surfing on the lid of a casket, throwing one of those old-timey bombs. This is a great EP. I really like this one, especially the title track, which has a cool surf rock breakdown even. But it's a great thrash metal song too. So there you go. Some soundtracky stuff now. Rogue One, you have down here at the bottom from I don't remember what it's called, but that kind of tropical beach planet. You've got some stormtroopers, you got some AT-ATs. I think it's very, and then of course you have the water, you have the tropical island. I think it's interesting that you don't see any shore troopers on here, seeing that the shore is whatever is in the background. So there you go. And up last, more soundtrack. From a Godzilla or Gojira movie. This is Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, also known as the Lobster Monster. As you can see, you got some water here. It takes place on an island. A lot of people have ridiculed this one because of the Lobster Monster or Ebirah, but I actually think this is one of the more kind of original Godzilla movies or Gojira movies from the Showa era. They did tend to become kind of samey, but there were some that were kind of different, you know, where the antagonists were not necessarily invading aliens and things like that. So I actually quite enjoy this movie. So there you go. My contribution to Ron Haggerty's thread, aquatically themed records. Thanks for watching.